Good morning, everyone. I've been kind of quiet lately. Um, yeah, it's been a hard journey since my mom passed, and I just really struggled with words, having words to say or even to write. I love to write and just could not, and everything seemed pretty silent. But I had a couple weeks ago a breakthrough in church where I just saw something that had been in the way of me hearing from the Lord, and which ended up being this sweet time. The next day, John and I went to play some golf, and the Lord gave me something, and it just started as breathing in and led to this beautiful thing that he gave to me. And so I just wanted to share it with you today. So I'm going to be reading it because I wrote it out. It was a cool, crisp morning. The sun was rising and the earth was waking up. It's interesting how the slightest glimpse of daylight breaking through kickstarts the birds and they begin to sing. From silence to chorus, waking to the new day. I stood in the middle of the fairway, a canvas of green, slowly being enveloped by the pine needles falling from the trees. As I began to move, it was like I was dancing to the rhythm of nature's song. The leaves floating down on the wind, whirling about like a pinwheel, and then landing softly, taking their place on the ground. Fall here in the Carolinas has its own unique palette of colors. Yellows and oranges, shades of red and green and brown blend together with a speckle or two of black, highlighting the beauty and majesty of the season. I recalled the doctor's words just a month ago describing what was happening to Mom in the final days with us. He said she was like a leaf that had left the tree and was gently falling to the ground. It comforts me to think of her death in that way. I took a deep breath, inhaling a blend of spices coming from those very leaves that were dying. I was aware that there was no stench of death. Instead, an appealing scent that made me want to stay in that place just a little longer. I became pleasantly reminded of the difference between death that comes from something being stolen by the enemy and death that is required to know our Maker. When something dies, for example, a deer being hit by a car, it's a sad thing for me to look at, and there is a reminder of the death in the days to come with the smell of rotting flesh. But here I stood, in a place where thousands upon thousands of leaves had fallen and were dying, rotting, and yet there was no foul smell. In fact, my senses were delighted, my eyes seeing the amazing colors, my ears hearing the crunching and rustling as I walked, and my nose tickled with smells that reminded me of apple spice cake baking in the oven. 2 deaths with such different results. Death by the enemy, which kills, steals, destroys, and has a nasty odor like that of the fallen deer. But death by choice, in obedience to the Lord, brings a different aroma and breathes new life. Even death for my mom, who loved her Lord, was not a bitter end, but the beginning of the best for her that will last forever. I'm thankful for this new season, as hard as it is. I'm finding even in death I can laugh and find joy amid this sorrow. In this place I live, laying myself down in the areas he asks me to die. The grief of losing my mom is a pain that I wish I could forgo. But there is an assurance of seeing her again, of her pain being gone, and picturing her standing face to face with her Savior that no devil can ever take. Today I choose to breathe and to know the sweet scent of walking this out with my Lord. I hope that this speaks to you in the things that are going on in your life, and that if you're grieving like I am, whether it's grieving the loss of someone or something, that I hope it ministers to you, and that you too can either know with assurance that He is taking care of you and walking this out with you, or that you will come to know that very thing. I hope you all have a great day, and God bless you.